boat snack. Oh, boat snack upgrade. Bacon and eggs? Why didn't you bring the pig last time?
I kind of wanted to start with just the first Moana is so, I want to say just big, like the scope of it in the film is so big, the music is so big, the impact it had culturally, it's one of the most successful Disney properties at this point. As filmmakers, what was it like to kind of step into it and go, all right, we got to just top that?
Yeah. No. Honestly, like that's the amazing part about this project is the first film was so big, but we really wanted to take these characters that everybody knows and loves, Maui and Moana, put them on a new journey, bring a bunch of new characters, and then really just push it and go as far as we possibly can.
I mean, all of us have worked on Moana outside of Moana 2, right?
Yes.
And we love this world. We love these characters. And so for me, it was more, what a gift to go back to this world, go back to these characters and continue Moana's story.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's been 8 years since the first film, and technology has changed, which has helped us have even bigger scope. You know, the water and the hair in Moana 1 were like iconic new additions to the animation world.
Yeah.
And it's only gotten better since then. And so I'm so excited for everyone to just see the rich lushness of this world again, but also to just step back into Moana's world, go on a new adventure. We don't let her off the hook for anything. So it's really exciting, and I can't wait for everyone to see it.
So one of the things I'm super excited for personally, and you get a little tease of it in the trailers, we got a little bit more of it today, is we actually seem to have an old school Disney villain, which like generational trauma is a wonderful theme to explore, but it doesn't have a song. So what was it like kind of, I know you can't dive too deeply into it, but what was it like kind of trying to find the ideal contrast to Moana to have in this kind of role? And what was that process like for you?
I think it really starts with trying to determine what the themes of this film are, what we really want to say. And so much of what we wanted to say was about connection. This idea in the Pacific that the ocean is what connects us, not what separates us. And so as we were thinking about who her antagonist could be, we started thinking about what is the opposite of connection? It's disconnection. What does it mean to be isolated? And so it was from there that we really started to think about who the foe would be that she would come up against. And it's bigger. Honestly, it's visually stunning what our effects and lighting team has put together. We every day walk into those departments for reviews and are like, I mean, I know we asked you to do this, but this is so much cooler than I ever could have imagined on my own, which is one of the benefits of working with the best artists in the world who have their own high standards and their own passion for Moana. Everybody really just wants to do right by her story and to make it bigger and more exciting than the first adventure.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Fantastic. Now, the supporting cast looks so much fun, and it's something I've been so curious about because obviously Moana it was originally going to be a television series, which I imagine that makes sense why we have to give Moana a cruise to have all these other characters to bounce off with her, and then shifting it to a cinematic, to a film. What was that process like? Of kind of like, all right, these are the characters we really, really like. How do we shift them from a whole season of development to we got to make them fit in this movie and not overshadow the other elements?
Well, because we got to focus on each one of those crew members in the series format, we got to know them
it was like
and understand what makes them tick, where they are the funniest, where they can be the most emotional. And then when we switched it to the feature format, it's just how all of that fits through Moana's lens and her journey.
The movie really is about Moana's continued leadership evolution, and so in the first film it was her setting out on she had hey but you know, hey is his own thing, and so we wanted to explore what kind of leader Moana is when she has a crew that she's responsible for. It's one thing to be out on the ocean taking care of yourself and a chicken and a demigod with some issues. It's a completely other thing to have a bunch of other people there who you're responsible for, who may not be as experienced as you are, but bring other really valuable gifts to the journey. And so part of learning who Moana is learning who she is as a leader under the highest stakes possible. And as someone who never quits,
exactly.
and she's fiercely independent, it's a test to have to answer directly to other people and for other people when lives are in the balance.
Yeah, and they're just so much fun. Like, honestly,
So
we have so much entertainment that comes from, like Moni's this major super fan of Maui and has all this knowledge as a storyteller, and then Ledoux is an incredible genius engineer, but is always trying to fix stuff on the canoe in the middle of the actual of sailing the canoe, which is not the best idea. And then Kayleigh, who's brings food and keeps everybody fed, and is part of this incredible indigenous genius of being able to bring these plants across the entire ocean. But he's never been out on the ocean before, ever, and loves the dirt, and so it's both fun, funny, but also gives a lot of richness to the story
And heart.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Now, Moana obviously is an icon of Disney already, even only less than a decade after the character debuted.
Yeah.
What two or three of you, given the amount of experience you've all had exploring this character, getting to throw her into different situations and the like, what separates her from the rest of the Disney pantheon, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Her empathy.
Yeah.
Early on, when I started working with Jared Bush, he said, Moana's superpower is her empathy.
Yeah, that's
And
yeah.
what an incredible superpower to have. It's really her love for others and her ability to relate to others that makes her so special. Plus, she's awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome, and she never quits.
Never
right?
quits.
I think with
Never
that
quits.
amazing
Yeah.
empathy superpower, that means that she never gives up, and that's such an admirable quality. And I think that is one of her true why she is such an iconic character. Honestly.
Oh, fantastic. And then kind of my last big question, and obviously in any film, in any production, you go into it with kind of an idea of, all right, I think I know what this is going to be like. I know what this is going to look like at the end, and what the story is, what the characters are. And by the end of it, that's never the case. There's always stuff that catches you. So with that in mind, what would you say all surprised you the most about Moana 2?
I would say the biggest surprise for me was the depth that we were able to take her friendship with Maui to.
Yeah.
We've really pushed it to new levels, while still maintaining that really fun, kind of ridiculous banter between them. Like, they're still very much the characters we fell in love with in the first film, but this friendship that they formed in that first film has changed them in ways that are unexpected and takes them to places that I really don't think anyone in our audience sees coming.
Yeah.
That was
I
the
think
same one for me, actually.
I was going to say, I think like we've taken Moana, and I think by the end of the film, she has changed in such a significant way. The fact that we were able to do that in this film was so surprising to me, and how incredible it looks and feels when we finally get to the end. It's a different Moana than we have seen before, and I think it's going to be so exciting for our audiences to see that. I can't wait.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much
you.
for taking the time to speak with me. Have a great rest of your day. Great
Thank
rest
you.
of having many more of these you've got to get through. I hope I get to talk to you guys again soon.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Brandon.
much. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You were gone forever.
It was 3 days.